Invective mini head. Take a look at the clean channel. Right now the gain's at about 9 o'clock. It's actually 2 on the dial, but in reference to a wall clock, it would be at 9 o'clock. And the low is also about 9 o'clock over here. And then the high is about 2 o'clock. Plenty of brightness, plenty of bass. And I'm playing the Charvel in the middle position. We could go to the neck. Lots of headroom on this channel also. This is in 5-watt mode. And I'm already kind of peaking this mic, so we'll just try to get everything tuned out. So no reverb on the head, but you can put some through the loop. Very nice, very nice. Add some chorus to that. Beautiful. All right, so really good clean channel. So we go over here then to the dirt. Ooh, but before we do that, we'll have to get that lined up. Let's try some pedals. It takes pedals really well. Nice clean channel. It takes pedals. This would be with the Tumnus. And if we wanted to add an additional pedal like the Mesa, all that sort of stuff is grand. Also, with the 2 pedals engaged, you end up with a killer crunch sound. Could just play it on that all day long. That's with the Tumnus and the Mesa. Really a big fan of the Mesa pedal. The Flux Drive, need to do a whole review on that because it's turned out to be muy bueno. Muy bueno. All right, so we'll come back with some the dirty side with the low-tuned EMGs, which is what this amp is all about. All right? Before we get right into the low-tuned, high-gain stuff, I wanted to highlight this tight feature on the Dirty channel. It really works well for like a third channel, a crunch channel. We had the couple pedals on. But with the tight switch on, it lowers the gain inside the head and cuts a little bit of the bass. It just does some EQing stuff, but it's really effective. It really tightens things up, reduces the gain, so you can still jack the gain way up and get some gnarly stuff in tight mode. But what's nice about it is you can also use it with your single coil stuff. Roll off the gain on your guitar a little bit, throw on some reverb, and lo and behold, with a great soft blues tone, light rock, and then you can put that in the looper and then turn your volume back up, and you have the same tone for lead with just a little more hair on it. So pretty cool. So it's almost a 3-channel amp. So now, and that's just going from neck to bridge, and it's super tight. Oh, turn that reverb off. It's got that tanky Mesa kind of Engl tone. And like I said, on this channel, you can now turn the gain up on this tight channel. And I would want to dial my resonance back a little bit and some of the bass on that, but just giving you, oh, and then if you take the tight off, it's all sorts of, yeah, well, let's do that. All right, turn the tight on. It tightens it up great. So super nice feature on that. It goes all the way from pretty high gain but still tight and crunchy, and all the way down to where you can use it with a Telecaster, a Strat, or even a single coil. Okay, now over to the killer EMGs. Okay, we're back with the EMGs in the ESP LTD, ancient one, but it's got smooth edges and it stays in tune for weeks on end. Unlike the one I recently reviewed, didn't even really review it, I was so disappointed, but ESP's a good company. I think they just are resting a little bit on name recognition, brand recognition at this point. Alright, so what we got is Dirty Channel. Gain is up at 10 o'clock, plenty of gain for me. Some might want to run it even higher, but nonsense. Lows over at 3 o'clock, mids almost at noon, the highs almost at, well, just past noon, which is nice because I'm getting good tones with the EQ stuff about in the middle. Resonance over here is about 2 o'clock, and the presence is about 1 o'clock. So everything's kind of straight up right now. Nothing is on. The gate is not on. The tight, oh, the gate is on. Okay, now I see that. The tight is not on, and the boost is not on. Now, if we take the gate off, we end up with more noise. Back on. Some people have complained that the gate was too tight for lead work. I would almost say that the gate could be tighter because it still does allow, chop it right now. It still allows a lot of that decay before it ever really comes on, but it does help. So I wouldn't mind it even being tighter. faster just because the gate is on. All right, now boost feature is useful too. I like the boost the way it's set up. For leads, gives you a nice lead tone, just a little bit of gain and a little bit of volume. Throw a delay on that. Put the gate on. Not quite as much sustain, but that's what a gate does. I don't know why you would run the gate while you were doing a lead anyway. Seems like you'd want your gate on during your rhythm playing. Alright, but the boost works great, and the tight feature works great as well. The tight isn't, we'll try the tight right now. Turn that delay off. See, it's tamed it up quite a bit, but you can add gain. Nice feature to have, even less gain, but so tight. So if you wanted to now throw a little reverb on, something like that where you don't need as much gain, you just want a gnarly, tight, lower gain tone. You can switch that off with the foot switch later. Tight. For me, so I want to turn my gain down, or use the tight, which I love using that tight feature. Plus, it reduces the overall noise. We could do the same thing with the gate. So, how does the mids? Let's roll some mids back. Some mids back up. So really nice EQ. If we were to use that now, if you want to get into Mark V territory, you can use this Mesa pedal. So that Mesa pedal, once again, the Mesa pedal's great. And that takes you into just very, very much like the Mark V. The cab I'm playing through today is a Peavey. It's one of the nicer Peavey cabinets. It's got the greenbacks in it. It was initially had greenbacks, but I put a vintage 30 in one spot. So it's got an 8-ohm V30 in one side and an 8-ohm greenback in the other side. And so I'll come back with just a couple more things from the owner's manual that make this a really nice amp. $700, and when you buy an amp, you want something that's going to inspire you to play. And I'll tell you, this is for the week I've had it so far, I've found it to be really fun, really inspired, and I can see myself just being able to find even more tones. It's as dirty as you want. It's super nice, clean, and it's got the beautiful crunch when you turn the tide on. Nice effects loop, great features, and the channel switching is really what has really been thought out well too. Plus, it's got the lights on that tell you if your tubes are doing okay, so it takes the guesswork out there. It's got blue LEDs inside. If I had one gripe, it would be more LEDs. If you're gonna light something up, then light it up. But really happy with it. All right, time for my 2 cents worth. It only comes with one foot switch. To fully use all the features, you're going to need a second foot switch, or make one of your own, which will be awfully fun. That's what I plan to do. 4-button foot switch so that you can take advantage of these switching options here from the manual. You've got, for the first option is between clean and lead channels, obviously, pretty easy. And then the second function with, if you were to just plug one foot switch in, your 2 choices would be between the clean and the lead channel, and or the tight and turning the gate and or loop off. And the way that's decided is if you have the gate engaged here in the front, pushed in, then that brings the gate into play on the foot switch. If it's not engaged, then the gate doesn't come into play, and you just turn on the loop. You turn the loop on and off, which is really cool. Depending on, you might have some real high gain stuff that you'd in the loop, like a delay and a boost pedal of some sort that's going to take you into crazy territory. So you might want that gate engaged to keep the noise down when the loop comes on. But if you don't, then you just have the gate out and it doesn't come on. If you have the second foot switch, your choices are activates the loop again, and or the boost or gate. And again, you have the boost engaged, the boost comes on. If you have the gate engaged, the gate will come on with the foot switch, or if you have the boost and the gate engaged on the front panel, then when you use the foot switch, they'll both come on. All right, yeah, pretty interesting. Boost plus gate and or loop, depending on if you have the gate engaged on the first foot switch. Second foot switch is the loop again, and or the boost and or the gate. So you've got lots of configurations, which makes it pretty cool. Also, the attenuation on this works really well, I think. I had it down to 1 watt yesterday. You still have to have the post gain up midway for to get the preamp working like you want it to. But with the 1 watt selector and the preamp or the post gain up midway, it's still nice and quiet. In fact, let's just do that. All right, we're down to 1 watt mode, and it's got a standby, which I like. Some amps don't have the standby. Okay, so that's with our in 1 watt mode, and the post gain is noon. Tight switch off. Great. The gate. It's fun. It's totally fun. Super high gain, lots of switching options, and very comfortable to sit by in 1 watt mode. It's either 1 watt, 5 watt, or 20 watt. And in 20 watt mode, it's an absolute beast. Plenty loud for gigging. So, super cool. I was afraid when this came out that a lot of the reviews for it, I didn't think sounded real good. In fact, a lot of them sounded pretty bad, I thought. So I was real leery. This has been out quite a while. And I was afraid it was just the 6505 with some new switches on it, but I don't think that's true. I've read, too, that this has the 5153 dirty channel in on one side of it and a new clean channel on the other side. It does sound revoiced to me. I like it. The 6505 was rather fizzy for me. It wasn't a modern high gain tight sound, and this is all that plus more. It's all that in a bag of chips. So pretty happy with it. It is not just a rebranded 6505. It's new sounding to me. So highly recommend it. Works great through a big cab. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, hit that like button. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Old Guy Jammin' is out.